Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Cisco, and I offer a spiritual approach to emotional eating. You may have grown up with the phrase, shame on you, or shame was somehow used to control your behavior and to make sure you never did that behavior again. And I feel like it's very easy to internalize that, and as an adult, to use that to try to control your own behaviors and break bad habits and to heal. But I don't really believe that there is any value in shame. I don't believe that it should be a part of the healing process at all. And in fact, it can make things a whole lot more difficult for you when you're wanting to heal something like emotional eating. When I was really deep into emotional eating, I remembered all the times where I would be shamed out of that when I was younger. So I figured, well, I'm going to shame myself out of it to try to fix that. And that didn't work. It just made me want to engage in emotional eating even more in order to numb that feeling of shame, because I feel things very strongly in my body, and shame is a very heavy feeling and it just doesn't feel very good. And so I felt that I had to numb it, because I don't know about you, but I was never taught how to process shame growing up. I was just taught that there are instances where shame can curb my behavior. So I thought it was perfectly normal to feel that shame and to hold on to it. But then when it got too much for me, I would numb it and shove it back down with more food because it felt so bad. And this ended up not really serving me, because I was trying to use negative reinforcement as a healing tool, and that doesn't really work. But what does work to process the shame that comes with emotional eating, what does work is to sit with it and process it. And there are a lot of different ways to do that. And I know how hard it is to heal from emotional eating, but I also know that meditation is one of the practices that can help. So I'm going to leave a link in my description to a free meditation on emotional eating. While sitting with that shame, it can feel very uncomfortable, and it's going to be tempting to want to push that back down. But this is where self-compassion comes in. Just being really mindful and aware of how you're feeling. Say something like, okay, this is shame. I know what this is. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to process it. And there are practices like energy work, meditation, or even just bringing it to spirit that can help to soften the blow, because shame is a very heavy, sticky energy, and it doesn't feel very good at all. And I wish there was another way to deal with shame rather than sitting with it. But I think anything else would be just shoving it back down. But it's important to be gentle with yourself during this process, because you're dealing with a lot of heavy emotions, maybe you're becoming aware of all the reasons why you felt shame beforehand, all the times that you engaged in emotional eating and addictive behaviors, and all that shame that was shoved down is now bubbling back up, and that's really, really intense. So definitely be gentle with yourself during this time. Use energy healing, go to spirit, use meditation, anything that you can do to move this through your body and process it in the gentlest way possible. That is going to work for you. If you need help implementing spiritual practices for emotional eating into your life, I would love for you to join me for a 4 or 8 session coaching package. The link to this will be in the description. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings.